Hi guys, I'm Melissa. Welcome to my channel. This is Melissa Loves Orchids, and today's going to be a little bit of potpourri, orchid potpourri that is. So I'm going to do a repotting. That's number one. I'm going to do a repotting. I'm going to show you what I would do, because that orchid has been in my classroom for, I could say, a very long time. I got her sometime in the beginning of last year. I think that was one of the first ones I brought into my classroom last year now. So it's been a year and some. So that's the first thing. I have to show you some happenings in the orchid pergola, some good, some bad, so we'll see. And I'm gonna tell you what's coming up, because there's a lot coming up. Orchid season is starting. So yes. So stick with me, and I hope if you enjoy this video, please give it a like, give it a comment if you have any questions. Even if you don't have questions, just let me know. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? I am still kind of a newbie, even though I do have approximately, last I counted, it was 400 and something in this space, not counting the orchids that are mounted on the trees, but I have about 50 or so on trees. So, and then I'm not really counting the seedlings, so that makes it over 500 since January 23. That's when I started, January 2023. And as you can see behind me, it is getting ready to storm in Miami, so I'm gonna try to move quickly and get this video started. Here we go. Okay, so I have all of my supplies. I have everything I need. I've already felt some drops, so I know that the rain is coming. We gotta go. So a little bit about this orchid. I bought this orchid for myself at the beginning of last year, and it was a white one, and it had a lot of spikes. I think it had 3 spikes, and I found that to be awesome, because of course, more spikes, more flowers. I had it in my classroom the whole year. It was perfect. I took it home during Christmas break, because those are 2 weeks and I didn't want to leave it there. Then I brought it back. Then now I'm in a new classroom, and the orchid is still with me, but look at what I'm noticing. Look at what I see happening here. Although it looks very healthy, and if it was starting to spike, I wouldn't disturb it. But you know what? I said, why not? Let me take it out of here and see what's going on, because it has outgrown the pot. So if you get an orchid, usually you have the decorative pot, and then you have the clear plastic pot. Now, if I get it in a sleeve, then I try to immediately, without messing too much with the roots, to transplant it into something like this. Now here, you see that I've already started to think about which one would be better. So this is the size that she's in, which I believe is a 3-inch. It's in a 3-inch. So if you know about orchids, you know that they do like to stay fairly compact. And I am looking to see what I have, which will be the next level. Look at this, I even have 2-inch. All of these are from the orchid supply store. So this is when they're babies, then 3-inch, which is what she's in. And then now is where I'm trying to figure out where would be best for her. So I have this one. I don't know where it came from. I think this one came from Amazon. But you see how it's not as clear as you would want it. So if you're a beginner, you might want to go for clear pots, because they let you know what's happening with the roots. So I'm putting together a watering video, and I'm overthinking it so much. I happen to be an overthinker. I'm overthinking it so much. I made an outline. I printed information from the website of the American Orchid Society. I had all my books highlighted and ready to go. And I said, you know what? I don't think that people want that. I think they want to just have someone talk about it. Like if, you know, between friends, they're talking about, how do you water your orchids? How do you water? Because there's not one way to do it. So I'm not going to come out here and say, this is the way to do it, this is the way not to do it. So I'm going to work on that, you know, and just get started, even if I had to piece together other videos. So that was just like an in-between, because I know some people are saying, she said she was going to do a watering video. Where is it? So 3-inch, they like to go into the next level up. Okay, so I don't have a problem with repotting. I don't like to disturb the roots. I don't like to mess with them if they are growing nicely, but at the same time, it doesn't bother me. So I have these two, and which I think are 5-inch, and then I have this one. So this is also from the Orchid Supply Store. Notice all of the holes. Notice the cone. So these are kind of like the new and improved. I think the original ones that I got from the Orchid Supply Store that you can get from any place. Ew, what is that? It's grass or something. Ah. So came like this, which is great too. Look, plenty of holes, and they're big holes. So it's not like if, you know, it's perfect. But they've improved it because they've added, you see the cone at the bottom? They added a cone to make sure that there's no water getting trapped there. This is like an aeration cone. I don't know if that's what you call it. Maybe if you go check out the Orchid Supply Store, they also have a YouTube video. He'll probably explain what it's called better. But anyways, I think it's gonna be, let's see, this is the same. Yeah, this is 5. I believe this is 5. So this would be 4. I think my goal is to put it into the 4, one size up, and it'll be perfect. The only thing is, it's not gonna fit into the decorative pot, but who cares? Who needs this kind? I have a whole bunch. I probably have one that this will fit in. So no problem. Next thing, after you select the pot, okay, so selecting the pot is not very hard. Usually if it's in a pot where you cannot see the root system, what I do is I take it out and then I select the pot. You want to take it out, see what you're working with, because how do you know if it's going to fit in this or in that? How do you know? Sometimes you actually have to downsize because the pots, the roots are not doing well. You might have to cut some off, and if you do, you end up with smaller than you started. So that's not the case here. I know that these roots are great. I doubt that I have to cut any. Not kudos to me, but just, you know, I've been taking care of her, observing her, watching her, and whoa, it's already getting so hot. So hot. I gotta put my hair up. But here we go. Here we go. First thing I'm gonna do is I am going to let her soak for a little bit. So yes, I actually am gonna give you guys a break. Not really, because I'm just gonna stop the video and come right back. But I'm gonna soak her for a little bit, maybe a few minutes, to get these very pliable, so that I am not tearing them off the sides of the plastic pot, which is what happens. They adhere. Look, I was going to use a pot like this because I love clay pots. But look, the pot that I have that she may fit into, which is a little big, still has remnants of old roots on here. And if this plant is no longer in here, more than likely this plant is bye-bye. So I still gotta find a way to sanitize this pot, or else I'm not gonna attempt to use it. Even though it's a good size, whatever. I'm gonna soak her and we'll be right back. Voila, we are back. So here we go. She's been soaking in here for a few minutes. So that's usually, and by the way, I wanted to throw in there, someone said, how do you water? Someone from school, they came in and they saw all my orchids at school, and they were like, wow, no yellow leaves, no marks, they look so good. How do you water them inside your classroom? Well, very simple. I'm gonna do a little demonstration, not here because I don't have a watering can here. This is all I have. But in the classroom, all I do is, if they have a bigger decorative pot, I fill it with water and I drop them in, and I do this method. This is the what I call the drop and soak. Drop and soak. And what do they need? A few minutes. That's all I do. I only do a few minutes. I've heard of some people doing half an hour, leaving them for an hour. A few minutes. Why? Because if they get dry, I'm gonna be at it again. It's okay. They're literally right behind me. So every day while I have my lunch or my planning time, or early in the morning when I get there early to prep, I will just turn around and I can quickly check the orchids that I have, and if they need water, I can water them. There's no reason where I need to like make sure that they are soaked for half an hour. I don't need to do that. I personally don't feel like I need to do that. But anyways, that's how I do it. I usually do the soak method. If not, I do the watering can. Okay, very carefully, watering can, hold it over my other little bin and pour water all around the top of the root system, making sure not to get it in the crown. So for the newbies, if you get it in the crown and it stays there for prolonged periods of time, it doesn't dry out, then you risk crown rot. That's horrible. That is horrible. Crown rot. What else can you have besides crown rot that's horrible? Stem rot. So stem would be right here. Okay? Crown would be in here. The next thing from that is pretty bad is root rot. So all those things happen with too much water, water not drying out. So one thing I did want to mention about the water, now that we're on the topic, you know, teachable moment. Now that we're on topic, it's not about, okay, because this of course follows a conversation that I had with a friend of mine at work. And I said, well, how do you water your orchid? I'm always curious to see how people are watering their orchids and if it's working, blah, blah, blah. Because I think her comment was, but it never blooms. Some people don't realize it blooms once a year normally. So that's the part, never blooms. Sometimes doesn't, you know, do they know that it's only once a year? Usually, I'm not sure. So the question was, how should I water it? What I normally do is I take a little bit of water because they don't like too much water. That's what I hear. A little bit, that's it, just a little. And in Spanish, I think she said un chorrito. And if you don't know what that means just a little tiny little bit. That's it, a little tiny bit. And I thought, ugh, why is that not maybe the best idea? Oh no, a root is broken. Did I do that? It's gonna happen. I did. I broke this root. How sad. Now I gotta cut it because I basically left it. Oh, well, it gives me the opportunity to tell you what I do when I have to seal a wound. Anyways, so basically I told her, remember, it's not the amount of water. Everybody, or not everybody, but some people think it's the amount. It's not the amount. It's the frequency, because you have to take into account whether that particular orchid wants to dry out or not, or almost dry out, or 75% dry out, or bone dry out. What is it that this orchid wants and needs? When is this orchid gonna need water again? So it's not really about doing it once a week, doing it twice a week, or how much water. It's the frequency. Okay, so you can do it on Monday, but if you do, like my friend said, un chorrito, that means that maybe these few got a little bit wet, but the whole root system didn't get hydrated. So if you do un chorrito on the other side, it's almost like, does that make sense to you? I don't know. In nature, what happens? They get soaked. They get soaked. They get absolutely soaked, or it's like a misty situation in the rainforest. Okay, so what happens? Is it a little tiny little? No, they get wet and then they get dry, and it's okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is try to squeeze carefully. Oh, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, she looks so good. This is where you make a judgment call. So I'm gonna show you up close what I'm dealing with without even touching the media. So my media was bark, but a lot of inorganic media. When you do inorganic, you have to remember that dries up fairly quickly, and that doesn't do anything for any kind of feeding. So see, I have lava rock, I have leca, along with the bark. The bark is the one that looks so I will refresh the bark if I see any big pieces that just want to come off by itself. I am not gonna, like, there's a big piece of lava rock stuck on there, I'm gonna leave it just like that. And there's not much in the form of cutting roots. Like, there's a little tiny tip that is mushy like this. Let me show you. That's dead. You don't want that there to get some kind of bacteria or anything like that. So if you see that there's dead and you can easily remove it, take it off. See, look, this was there in the middle. So I am glad I got rid of that. And there's one more. That's it. That's it. Anything else? I don't see anything else. Look, some are coming off. If they come off voluntarily, fine. Like there's a piece of charcoal stuck on there, I don't need to do anything. A little tiny tip there out in the middle of nowhere. Everything else is pretty perfect. So now my main concern is going to be, how do I coerce this lovely root to try to jump into the pot so that she can be moisturized too? Because if they are not getting water, if they're not getting hydrated, they're gonna dry out eventually. So my goal is to get them all into the pot. And I saw someone on YouTube do the twisty, what do you call it? Method, I guess. So she put it and then she twisted it, and I don't know if it's gonna work for me. I'm just gonna kind of try to put her in here, but I don't want her to break. So I'm gonna try my best. Maybe the bottom half is gonna be in here and this top part is gonna stay out, and I'm gonna do my best to mist the top of the roots. Now I still have a good inch around the pot for growth. I have like an inch around the pot, a lot of space for that to grow. Now that reminds me of that root that I broke. If you have any open wounds, okay, a little bit of cinnamon, regular cinnamon from your house that you use to put in a cappuccino or a tiramisu, okay, that's it. You take some on your finger and you dab it at the end of the open wounds. That should do it. That is a natural has anti whatever bacteria properties, and it dries up that wound safely, so you don't have to deal with, you know, more chances of getting some kind of infection going when there's like an open wound. So I'm trying to very carefully, and it's perfect because this little section in the middle kind of holds it down. So if you want to order these, you can get them at the Orchid supply store. I'm putting some of the lava rock pieces back in because there's nothing wrong with them. And it's not like this material goes bad. It's not like there's anything wrong with this plant. Look, the piece of charcoal is fine. This lava right here, putting it right back in. So I think it looks really good. I think that this is the best thing for her. She needed a little bit more room to expand. I'm gonna see if this root wants to behave and get in the media. I think it will. I soaked her. And now this is my bark mix that has been already soaking and ready to go. I have some bigger pieces of lava if I need it, but I don't even think, maybe this one could hold that crazy root down. And then what we call in the orchid world, backfill. And I know some people use the gloves and just in case, but you know what, I've already taken her out. I didn't find any surprises. Nothing is rotten or stinky or gross. Okay, this is my, oh no, some of this needs a little bit more. So sometimes when you get to the bottom of your bark, there's a little bit of dust residue, okay, and you want to make sure you don't get any of that into the pot. The whole point is to have it airy and not to have anything that resembles regular dirt that's going to get too much, you know, water. Look at this. This is awesome bark. Fantastic bark that you can order. Free shipping from the Orchid supply store. This is their info. Okay, you can order from Ken, and you could also put my code and get 12% off if you want to order. If you're in the area, I know Ophi's has orchiata bark. So that's all it is. Carefully, little by little, just putting in the pieces of bark. Tapping. Why do we tap it? So that it can go down and fill the air spots. You don't want to have it like with big pieces of big holes, I mean. You want to have the bark so it can retain a little bit of moisture, okay? And you want to have the clear pot, in my opinion, so you can see what's going on in the roots. I was gonna put her in clay, but this pot is gonna be fantastic. Sometimes clay for my orchid pergola works best, and clear pot for my indoor phals works great. So I'm just taking a few pieces, sticking it where it needs to go. The orchid roots that want to be unruly, sometimes they just win and they get their way. Sometimes you cannot stick them all down. You can't make the roots look perfect. It's nature. Accept it how it is. It is nature. They don't always have to go. No, they might go like this one day. That's fine. That's how they want to be. This orchid was happy and it's going to continue to be happy. So gently, some people use little skewers or those, yeah, like the skewers that you would put like vegetables and put on the barbecue. Some people do that, and some people just use your fingers. I have never gotten a splinter from bark, especially not from orchiata bark. Never gotten anything that is painful or whatever. I'm not allergic to anything. I know that there's like Miss Orchid girl said that she always uses gloves because she's sensitive. I'm not. So I just basically push gently with my fingers and then give it a tap. Oops, I almost knocked down the whole. It's okay. So this root did not want to behave that well. Let me see if I can get a little lava rock to hold her in. Those are some tricks. Squeeze them down with a lava rock. See if that works. So I'm gonna put a lava rock right here on top. Eventually she'll probably adhere to the rock, and then that'll keep her down. Let's see if that works. So there you have it. That's it. That's it. You can see those nice roots. Make sure to give it that tap so everything settles. Even like this, it'll be fine. It's like they're going on a ride. They're going on a little fun roller coaster ride. And still, look, this root doesn't want to go down, but it has a new root tip. I know that there was another way. Maybe if I take, I just had it. Maybe if I take my Velcro, and this is just temporarily. This is just because I'm being a little extra with this one. In reality, if it's out, it's out. Who cares? So I'm just gonna take a little piece of Velcro and just hold her down. And when she cooperates, I will take off the Velcro. So just get creative. Everything will be fine. It's almost like I feel like the orchids know that you're caring for them. And most of the time, it's like they know that you're caring for them, so they behave. Look at what I did. I put a seatbelt, guys. I put a seatbelt to hold that naughty root down. So maybe I'll put it on the other side, but I'm not gonna put you through it. After you're done repotting, guys, make sure that you clean out the leaves, do the little spot treatment. Trust me, I just counted 14 spikes inside. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know how that happens. I am a beginner. I'm trying new things, but I am shocked. Okay, I'm shocked. My orchids are doing well. I'm gonna do a little video in my classroom to show you the ones that I have there. So you can see I have spikes in my classroom too. So, yeah, I put a little seatbelt, I repotted her, and she is good to go. This video took longer than I thought. And what I'm probably gonna do is quickly show you a couple things and then let you be about your way. Oh, I also wanted to show you, if you have a pot like this, you can put these things, these little mesh things at the bottom, and they could prevent your media from coming out. But since I went with this one, I didn't need that. And I also forgot to mention my supplies. So you saw the pots, they come in all sizes. It was just a lizard. Huh. It was just a lizard. No need to get alarmed, I think. Yeah, it was just a lizard. I saw something behind me, so I'm gonna look. I'm gonna stop and look. So if I'm ever doing a video and there's something moving, I'm gonna stop and look. Anyway, this weekend there's gonna be a festival for you guys. I haven't decided which one I'm going to go to. I haven't decided. I know that I'm talking about it with a couple friends, and I don't know. I know that most of the vendors that I know are going to be at one of these two places. So they might be at the Rare Plant Festival. No, it's not the Rare Place. It's the Rare Plant. It's the Aeroid. It's by the Aeroid Society. So that one, the one that's in Tamiami, you can Google that if you want. You can Google. It's there. All the information's out there. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. So I'm sure you don't need me again to show you the same flyer. You guys know. And Moats Botanical Garden is having Planta Palooza. That is the one that I really, really want to get to. That's the one that I really want to go to because I wasn't able to go last year for whatever reason. I think I was busy. And this year, I better hurry up. Then this year, the only thing holding me back is the fact that it is an hour and a half away. That means an hour and a half away from my family, an hour and a half back. That's 3 hours away plus however many hours I stay. So that puts me a whole day, possibly on Sunday, away from my kids and my husband, which that is the only thing that will probably, I don't know. I can't say. I'm not sure. I had already talked to some friends and we're going to see. But so either that, I'll be at Mounts or I'll be at the Tamiami. So we will see. I know that there's a lot of vendors that you've seen before that I love that are going to be, half are going to be here, half are going to be there. More orchid vendors. So here's the difference. There's going to be much more orchid vendors at Mounts. Much more. And at Tamiami, they might have like 10. So do I need an excessive amount of orchid vendors? Not necessarily, because I have orchid vendors all in my area. So, but I haven't been to the Mounts, and I heard that that venue is beautiful, beautiful botanical garden, which also means I'll probably take even longer to make a nicer video with the grounds and all that. And the one at Tamiami, see, I'm talking it through with you. I don't know. Leave me in the comments. What do you think I should go to? Which one should I go to? Let's see. It's coming up. I need divine inspiration or intervention or something, because I really am. I'm stuck. Like, I want to go to Mounts, but I want to do what's best for my family. If they're not doing, if they have something else that they're gonna do, then I don't have a problem with that. But if they're gonna be sitting at home and I'm gonna be at then I feel the mom guilt, the wife guilt, the mom guilt, all that stuff. So I'm gonna play it by ear, and yeah, if you're gonna go, I hope you come and say hi. I know that there's some viewers that afterwards they're like, I saw you and that's it, but you didn't come up to say hi. Come up and say hi. It's okay. The only thing is, if I'm in the middle of the video, like sometimes I don't care. I literally don't care. If you come and I'm in the middle of a video, I'll probably be like, hi, and just keep it rolling, because that's life and that's fine. So if you want to say hi to me, I don't care. If I'm filming, I don't care. I mean, if I'm doing an interview and there's another person involved, maybe not, but any other time, feel free to say hi, Melissa, and I will surely be happy that you're saying hi, and that'll be great. And you'll even get a little little piece in the video. You will come out, because I will turn the video around and catch you, and oh well, unless you're shy. So anyways, that was my repotting. That was my news for what's coming up this weekend. And the shows that are coming, oh my god, I just saw another one that I never seen, or maybe I just didn't remember the name, but it's the members only at the Fairchild. And oops, I'm a member, so I have to go. I guess I have to go. So that'll be coming up soon. A lot of shows. So I'm gonna quick show you a couple of little things that are going on in the pergola, and then we'll say goodbye until the next time. All right, here we are. I just finished working over there in the table, so there is a crazy mess, and I will be cleaning it up. But just a quick little walk around. I think there is nothing too new. Oh, there is one exciting thing that I did want to show you. Oh, I'm just gonna slide past the blooms. I'm not gonna tell you everything, the name and all that, but I'll just give you a nice little show of blooms as I walk by. Look at that. Now this one you saw, but this one I'm kind of excited about. This one is a first time blooming And I don't think you can see her properly, so let's see if I can take her down. So I took her out and moved her into the light because I need to show you this. I need you to see this. I don't smell anything yet, but look at these. Look at the labellum on this Vanda. I have never seen one like this. Of course, I'm trying to get it to focus. I have never seen one that looks like a little spoon. Now, is this what we call a first bloom, strange looking bloom? Is that what it is? Or is it gonna straighten out or whatever? This is from none other than Motes. I ordered her in my first Motes unboxing. There is her name, Multiverse. This is Multiverse that is supposed to be with a lot of fragrance. How pretty. Maybe somewhere it has some tessellata because I see similar patterns, but this is the first bloom in my care. I mean, she was almost blooming size when I bought her, so that's what they say, almost blooming size. So I just wanted to show you my Multiverse. What do you think? Coming around this way, I was excited to show you I got buds on my bag, babies. Again, this is the RTA Chief Sunny. I actually have 3 of these, so this is a surprise. I didn't even notice her in bud, and this one just finished opening up. This is my beautiful, this is 2 of them together. This is a Dendrobium Banana Royal Lemonade from RF. Look at how beautiful. Look at this spike. I bought her, I believe, in May. Then I bought one of the pots from RF, and look at that. And she loved it. That's all I can say. She loved it, and that spectacular bloom. You've already seen this. New normal. It's new. It's the new normal. And coming around this way, this is my, oh no, she's dangled. My starfall. So she bloomed from the top. Now that's done, I gotta cut that off, but now she's blooming from the keiki, which I love it. When you have a big plant like that, it's like non-stop blooming. This is my permanent fan that I just keep moving around. Then I usually have another one that is what do you call it, oscillating. Ooh, I don't know if you got to see this one last time. This is the Vanda Zena, but I promised it was going to be quick, so here I go. I'm going to go to the next one. This is my Neo Phoenicia falcata, aka Vanda falcata. New name, Blue Sneery Bluebird from RF. Smells delicious, like a vanilla cupcake. Ben fragrance. Golden doubloon. I have a couple of these. B Bantram. And all of these smell delicious. All of those smell delicious. So check that. So these buds are from Heaven's Gate. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Pearl Smith, Heaven's Gate. I am just amazed at how big and how fast these buds get. Like every day you could tell a significant growth. And I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to jinx it. I want to just keep on moving just in case. This beautiful no ID rescued dendrobium. I probably bought it for $5 or so. I put it there. It's loving it. Moving on. Moving on. I got a bunch of sheaths still happening. Everything looks good. Now, what have I had to do because of the black rot? Well, this is one of the things that I had to do. I had to take this poor Myrmecophila Paulette Henry. I had to take her out of her pot. I had to clean her off, practically take out the roots and attach her. I attached her here to the cork, and I'm gonna see if she survives. So I tried my best. This one I got for $25 at the Fairchild's Tropical some kind of event. I don't remember. But yep, if it makes it, it makes it. If not, I tried my best. My Pekianvensis is still in bloom, looking great. So that whole thing that I said, oh no, I heard the blooms don't last that long and they don't smell well. Wrong and wrong. They have a fabulous scent. Fabulous. And this has been going for a week and a half, or even, possibly even more. Maybe 2 weeks. I love it. I absolutely love her. Love her. What else? Everything else is doing just fine. I don't know if you remember this one that I put this little warning label. This is still the same. Nothing else seems to be turning black quickly. I did save the one that was really disgusting with black rot, and I'm gonna show her because it is so dramatic. This is my other golden doubloon. It is so dramatic. My oh, look at my Ollie Palmer. Look how pretty. And this one also has a nice sweet soft scent. Okay, and my hang-a-pot situation is looking good. It's looking good. If I would have done this before, I would have saved a lot of space. And I like the fact that they can drain from the bottom. And I am noticing that on there, I don't know if it doesn't dry off fast enough. I don't know. I'll see what I do. I saw some people put them on bricks so that the middle can stay and they can drain. I will see what I do. What else was I going to show you? My poor Graham. It's awful. And there's something that is starting to open yet again, but she just opened today, so it's not even close to being done. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous. This is, I just got her, Final Blue, LC Final Blue. I just got her. So tomorrow we'll come back out here and get footage when she is completely open. This is what I did with my Smiling Lady that I bought this past weekend. I put her in one of these RF pots with a little bit of orchiata. I tied her to the bottom so that she can be stable. And I told you I didn't have much to show. Oh, I have another bud that I just saw. Look at this. This is, I believe, a something clown. Is it spotted clown? Cena dos across a spotted clown. So it's gonna bloom again. I'll take it. Even my Tolumnia has a spike, which I thought that they were dying. I don't know. I can't say that I love Tolumnias. I don't know. I just find them so you know? It just looks like grass on a stick, right? Does it look like grass on a stick to you? Anyways, let's see if there's anything. I have more of the moss hanging here so that I can keep growing the moss. My little project plant from my friend Joanna is doing great. Oh my goodness. It's doing great in my opinion. I feel like it has grown. And the roots are looking great. Look at that. This is what Carlos did. I guess he knows what he's doing. I guess he knows what he's doing, because look at that. The other ones that I got that you probably saw on the haul, this one, I'm contemplating where I'm going to put her. I'm probably going to mount her. And this one. And I'm contemplating putting her in this lovely pot from Just One More Orchid. So, oh, right in front. Look at this lovely lime sherbet, a Procatavola with flowers on this side And 2 more. Let me get closer. 2 more right here coming. Ooh, and another spike coming. Wow, I am so proud of her. This is one that got knocked down during a rainstorm. So look at what I did. Easy peasy. Took that broken pot just how it was, didn't disturb the roots, threw her in a bigger pot, and she took off. She took off. One little interesting thing that I was planning on showing you was this plant here, this orchid here, that had a secondary spike. I left it on just for fun to see what would happen. Look what happened. This is what happened. And this is not a secondary. This is not the secondary. This is the keiki. This is the keiki that is going to bloom. It had a keiki. And the keiki has 3 buds bigger than her leaves. Maybe even 4. Look at that. It's amazing. So I am leaving her just as she is. I didn't even know what color she was, but now I do. She's yellow. How pretty is that? So sometimes you cut the spikes, the the plant is not doing good, the orchid's not doing well. But if she's doing fine, like this one was fine. This one wasn't in danger of any rot or anything. So I just said, let's see what happens. Well, this is one of the things that can happen. A beautiful bloom. Now that little mermaid is what it's called. The little mermaid I got from Ophi's, that also J&J had, and a couple other vendors had little mermaid. It's the pink. It's this flower. It just finished. You remember it? It just finished. It dropped the blooms. And since I'm a little traumatized with the black rot situation, I said I'm gonna try just mounting on the wood without any media. I'll just get out here and water her every day. I come out here every day, so I'll just put them all together, the ones that need water every day, and see if that will combat the black rot situation. So I just basically put a couple zip ties. Maybe I'll add some Spanish moss, just, I don't know, to give her a little bit, because she was in that cocoa fiber stuff. But moss, I don't know. I think I'm traumatized, guys. Let me show you what happened to my cat that I've been keeping track of. So this is it. How scary is that? It literally looks like she is burned to a crisp. She looks like she's been burned. So it's starting to rain, guys. I am gonna sign off for today. Thank you so much for joining me in my orchid pergola. And I hope you all find me at the orchid shows and say hi. And I hope you're making time for the things you love. Have a great day. Bye.